Hello, everyone. This is Melissa. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just another minute. So pour yourself a glass of water, a glass of wine perhaps, and get ready for an awesome training. I'm so excited just to connect with all of you again and share some fun stuff. So we'll go ahead and give people maybe just like 1 or 2 more minutes to hop on, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'll be right back.
All attendees are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. I did put it in Q&A mode, so you are able to unmute yourself, but if you keep yourself muted, that would be awesome while we're going in and doing some of the training and stuff, talking tonight. We are going to go ahead and get started. It is being recorded, so we can update everyone who may not be able to make it on the call tonight and that they can stay informed and aware. So I'm super excited to be back. I think it's been like over a month since I have joined you guys on a training call. So I've spent a ton of time preparing, what I wanted to talk about tonight and just looking at some of my current thought processes and pulling from awesome books and other leaders that I'm working with and studying. And I've got some really great stuff to share with you. So it might be a little all over the place. We'll see how well I do. I think it's pretty well thought out and written out. So I hope that you find a lot of value in it as well. I don't have a lot of housekeeping, so we're kind of going to go ahead and just get started directly into the training. There was the newsletter that went out to everyone yesterday. So, there were some awesome news shared in there. And one of the most exciting things, I think, is that Radiantly will be moving into our brand new facility, hopefully within the next, 30 to 60 days. And I'm really excited about that. It's a large, old milk factory. It's built in 1906, and it was a board-in milk factory. And it is still here in Randolph, which is awesome. So we're able to support the local community. And what I'm looking forward to the most is that we totally renovated and are going to be utilizing the whole second floor of this factory. So I didn't want it to feel like we were in, a factory or some old industrial building. So I fell in love with the second floor because of its exposed brick and loft ceilings. And, they've freshened everything up. We have offices that are, already built in and constructed in, thanks to the awesome contractors. There's bathrooms going in and commercial kitchens, and it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous space, which I'm really, really excited about. And I can't wait to be able to share that with you guys as well. And we're hoping on setting a couple of open house dates once we get all settled in and welcome IWGs and customers and all of our local, following and support here in Western New York to come and check out the place. So stay in tune about all of that because it's really exciting, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. So tonight's training, I really focused on how you can, as an independent wellness guide, help our mission, but also increasing your profit, which I think is awesome. And so I consider it almost the ultimate win-win. Not only are you helping our mission and working towards something that you are passionate about and really enjoy, but you're also able to build your business and increase your profits that you're making. And by doing so, able to kind of go and do a lot more of what you are working on, in your business and other things that are passionate to you, and that you find that you want to continue to pour your heart and soul into. So I wanted to talk about first, as we're looking at how we can help our mission and increase our profits, some of the, mistakes that we may or may not be making. The first one, which I wanted to talk about, is really when we put the what before the why. And I've been studying a lot about the whys of companies and what draws them and what, drives them and what separates, a company apart from others, because there are so many, companies who are all doing the same exact thing. That is not something new. There's tons of competition in tons of different industries. But what sets those amazing companies apart? So looking at the why of companies and why they're actually here and why they're doing what they're doing, we have to make sure, especially you as an independent wellness guide in your business, to put the why before the what. We know what you're doing. What you're doing is selling awesome products and growing a business. But why are you doing that? The products are awesome, but as awesome as they are, they will not create loyalty. Really true customer and team member loyalty comes from the why. I'm not saying that the products don't matter, because I know that when I find something amazing, a product that I just absolutely love, I'll stick with it. But the reason that they matter is far more important. And if I really sit down and think of my favorite products, like the ones that no matter what, I will buy the same exact brand for every single time, there's a strong reason why. And that every single time is really the reason why I buy the product, not that, I just happen to pick that same one. I believe that our products, our Radiantly You line of these amazing, toxic-free and chemical-free items for our home that really lead us onto this mission of changing, the toxicity of our homes, are the tangible proof of what we believe. So the products are the physical thing that we can see and feel, that is the physical manifestation of what gathers all of us here tonight together. However, without that reason for why we're all here, there would be no need for an independent wellness guide call every Wednesday night. And it's stressful when you're not in the why. So I want to talk about that second mistake, which is really when we're not working with the why and instead we're just really working with the what. It's stressful to always think about the next promotion, the next giveaway you're going to do to try to increase your sales, how you're going to differentiate yourself from all your other friends who sell or work in direct sales, or how to set your business apart from all the other independent wellness guides out there. You will never win trying to compete that way. You can't. You just can't work, because that's putting the what first. The promotion is just the what. It's not the why, and a great example of this, just to kind of give you guys some idea, is how you would approach someone about Radiantly You. So I want to give you two things just so you can see the difference of coming from the what versus coming from the why. So coming from the what, here's an example of something you might say to someone who you're trying to explain what Radiantly You is and get them to either buy a product or to join you. So here's the example. We have amazing products. They're toxic-free and truly the safest products for your home available today. Want to try them? So that's a question that you would ask someone. But let's rephrase that in our why. Let's look at the why first and see how that would be rephrased to someone who's speaking from a place like that. So I wrote down, everything Radiantly You does is focused on sustainability. And we believe that harmful chemical-filled products can be a thing of the past. We challenge people to live consciously, and we offer amazing opportunity to join our cause and earn a fabulous income. Our line of products is a reflection of this. Would you like to look at our catalog? So that's just a completely different way. And I'll tell you what, if someone approached me with the first version and someone approached me with the second version, by far, I would choose to support the person who explained more about what the company was and why the company is in existence. We're focused on sustainability. We believe that harmful chemical-filled products can be a thing of the past. We challenge people to live consciously. We offer an amazing financial opportunity to join our cause and earn a great income. And the line of products that we carry just happens to be a great reflection of that. And I think that wording is so much more powerful. So I kind of want to talk about what happens when you come from that confidence. You no longer need to dangle, the carrot in front of your customers. There doesn't need to be a promotion or a deal or a giveaway. You're different and it's obvious, and that fierce loyalty will be developed in your customers and your team members through that why. That why is what will draw the right people into your business and what will make people really look at what the heck you're doing and want to support you, most importantly. And I want to give you an example, because this example that I was reading it was so stark, and it really made a lot of sense to me. And an example of that, when you come from the confidence of what your company is and have that right why in place, how that just works. So a great example of that would actually be the railroads. We all know, because we pass railroad tracks all the time, even though there's never a train on them, that they were some of the largest companies in the world in the late 1800s. Railroads were everywhere, and the most wealthy people in the world owned railroads. But now they're obsolete. And why are they obsolete? Because of airplanes. Airplanes totally took trains out of the loop. And the reason why is because trains and railroad companies were focused on being a railroad company. They were focused on the train. They were focused on what that method of transportation was. But instead, if a railroad company thought of itself as a mass transit company, think of the fact that every single, railroad company could own all of the airlines today, because they would think of themselves in mass transit versus just railroad, transit. So I thought that was a great example. And a couple of other ones are the music industry, and how iTunes and even Napster really made the music industry and started to create the industry of music to be obsolete. There really wasn't a need for it anymore. Newspapers, another huge thing. I know my parents still get the newspaper every day, but Nick and I have never had a subscription, and most of the magazines or things that I do get are digital copies. So, that's kind of making newspapers obsolete. And TV is another great one with Netflix. TV didn't really think about itself as being an entertainment center. Instead, it just thought of itself in that one mode of transport, of being able to transfer the information instead of going digital like Netflix did. So how can we kind of apply this to our business? And I think the most important thing is to ask yourself, why did I start doing what I'm doing in the first place? And how can I bring that cause to life? So it's not only knowing why you're here and what you're doing, but it's also making that cause, that passion, that mission, that feeling that you get come to life for other people. So why the why? I'm going to talk like the psychology kind of behind why do we need the why? Why is it so important? Why are we even talking about it? And it really goes back to the very basic human need of the feeling of belonging. The desire to belong is so basic, and it may not even seem rational, but it's constant among every single human being. Everyone, no matter what, really desires to belong somewhere. Belonging, equals feeling connected and safe, and it really is what allowed our species to live for such a long time, and it's just an awesome example of how powerful that can be. Picture, and a lot of people have this happen to them, where you're traveling, you could be across the country or across the world. And let's say, in my case, a fellow Western New Yorker ends up being on the plane with me, or, I'm sitting in I remember in Africa when I would see other people that were obviously from the U.S., like I felt immediate connection to them and some sense of comfort when I was there all by myself. And that's a great example of just wanting to belong. And I just wanted to talk about why I think that is so important, because not only do we want to have that in our businesses, but all of the people that we come into contact do too. And if they happen to have your why or your purpose resonate with them, that's truly amazing, because they're going to feel that fierce loyalty and that connection to you because of that sense of belonging. So I also want to talk about how not having our why, instead, why the why. So we talked about why to have it and what happens when we don't have it, and how it can take a toll on our businesses. And the book, The Naked Brain, which is written actually by a well-known neuroscientist, really talks about this and this phenomenon. And I want to share some of the highlights with you, because when you force someone to make a decision based on the what, the product, the price point, the locally made, whatever, all of those things are the what. When you have someone make a decision based on that what, it's all done in the rational part of their brain, which means they're comparing the price, or they want to support local and they're thinking, well, I guess Randolph is 57 miles away from me, so that's considered local or whatever, They're using the rational part of their brain, which almost always leaves them overthinking something and taking longer to decide. And I know we can all, resonate with that when we focus on the what, when we're talking to potential team members. It seems like there's certain people, on our list that are just taking forever to get either off the list or on the team. And it's because they're stuck in this place of overthinking about it. If I add up all the sales I think I can get, how much am I going to make? They're just over analyzing what Radiantly You can be for them. But you can see, how that can affect your team members and, like I said, your customers. But decisions that are made in our limbic brain, which is those gut decisions, those gut feelings, the things that we just kind of don't even know why, but you like fly by the seat of your pants and you're so passionate about it and you'll stick to it no matter what anyone says. Those feelings are really what is made through connection, and they're faster and they're of higher quality, and they're something that you cannot break. And a good phrase that they use a lot is to win by the heart and not the mind. And that's so true. And I believe, looking at our independent wellness guides that we have now and knowing the ones who are so fiercely loyal and the people who are on this call, every single week after week and just really pour their heart and soul into the mission of the company and both their own personal mission and share their story with everyone they come into contact with, they truly are winning their team members by the heart and not the mind, and even their customers by the heart and not the mind. It's not logic or facts that pushes us to new heights, I gotta say. It's really our hopes and dreams that challenge us to do more. There's no fact in the world, I don't think, that can make me work harder than the dreams that I have and the goals that I have for myself and my family. And if we were all logic, I certainly wouldn't have taken the leap with $300 in my pocket to set out and build Radiantly You, because then it totally was just a dream. It literally was a check for $300 and this big dream that I could do something huge with this idea that I had. And the name of the company was one of the first things that I had in my mind. And I just knew that I had to do this. And I can guarantee you it was nothing logical about it at all. It was actually one of the most probably, irrational decisions that I had made at the time, but nothing could tear me away from it. And it's that underlying belief, in something bigger and better that will hook us for life. And I truly believe in that. I know I'm hooked for life, and I know that I could never get the life that I want through going and getting a job. There's just no way I could ever have the things that I want to have. And so that's just an example of that. And I wanted to talk about what you can do now to contribute even more to the business and increase your profits. So how can we turn this why into being something that is growing you and your business? And I think some of the most important things to do is to put the focus on helping both the world and your customer. And I want to point out to some of you, because I know many of you feel this way. Like, I absolutely know it. And I'm probably talking to every single person on the call. But you're not helping anybody by being passive and by not being strong and passionate and convicted in what you're doing. You're really not helping anyone at all. Here's an example. You have a friend who's just starting, to learn about how important it is to remove chemicals. They're pregnant, or they just had a kid, or, someone in the family got really sick and it kind of opened up their eyes to it. And so they're just starting to get some information, but they really don't know what's going on or where to start, but they know they want to be more crunchy, right? They know they want to be more natural, going back to basics. I got to say that you're not really helping them by just letting them buy a bar of soap and a booty balm, because they're trying to just place an order for you. That means you didn't do something in that connection or in that transaction in the right way. And I'm not trying to say it to make you feel bad, and there's really no right or wrong. You're welcome, to do your business however you want, but I just want to give you the perspective of it's not really helping them, because you're removing two things in their home, and that's a great place to start. And some people do start that way. I know I did, but there's so many other toxins that are left infiltrating their home, right? So if they're really passionate about it, or they just lost a family member to cancer, or someone is sick and they really are wanting this and want to know better, you can help them by being brave and compassionate enough to find out what their true desire is in going natural, and then helping to direct her to more resources to educate herself or himself more and more, and set them on a plan to detoxify their life. Maybe month 1, they tackle all the cleaning products in the home. Maybe month 2, they convert all the laundry over. Month 3, the most used beauty products. Month 4, all the sunscreens and bug sprays. Whatever it is, you can help set them out on that path, and it doesn't have to cost them a ton of money right away. It doesn't have to, I'm talking more in terms of a customer now, but it can be a journey for them, and that's kind of what you're here to do, right? All of you wanted to work on empowering and educating other people. So there is a difference between what I'm talking about and being pushy. And I don't want you to think that I'm telling you to go be pushy to everyone on your list and call all your customers again and start being pushy. That's not what I'm saying. And I know everyone on this call wants to build your business without being pushy. And I truly believe that the more you care about not being pushy, the more wonderful you are, because you just at least have that awareness. And being genuine and authentic and truly sold on your why really will eliminate that worry of being pushy, because pushy is not passionate. You know what is pushy and you know what is passionate. You know those people who are just saying everything that they're saying because they truly believe it and feel so invested in it. And you know when someone's just trying to be pushy to you. And I think you can truly help each person you expose to your business by being passionate like that and by helping them and being strong enough to challenge them to be a part of our goal or your goal. And it doesn't even have to be the goal of detoxifying. It could be your goal to be able to send your daughter to this awesome dance camp that she wants to go to this summer. Or it can be to adopt another child into your family, or to help offset medical costs, or to it could be anything, even go on a vacation, I guess. But whatever the case may be, you can sell people on your vision if there's a reason why behind it. And I want to challenge you to do that, because you're kind of doing people a disservice that you come into contact with to expose them to our company, to expose them to our mission, and even the opportunity. You're doing them a disservice if you're not giving them, the full you and the full passion behind what we do. Because I can guarantee you, especially some of you on the call who personally know me, or, I did your first 3-way call that got you to join. I know many of you on the call I've known for a very, very long time. And if I didn't have the passion that I had, you wouldn't be here right now. And that's probably true. And some of you might be nodding your head and agreeing with me. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm super awesome. Not the case at all. Quite the contrary, I think you're super awesome. But it's that passion that is what keeps you here. Even if, the month wasn't so hot and you didn't have as many, retail sales as you had wanted, or whatever the case may be, you see the larger picture and you're sold on it. And it's a gut decision, and it may not even always be rational, but here you are at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday with me. There's something to be said for that. So that's really what I wanted to touch on tonight. And I'd love to leave you with a quote that I read recently in Success Magazine by Kip Tindall. And he's the founder of the Container Store, which is one of those companies that you can just rent this huge container to stuff all your stuff in when you're moving, or even cleaning out your house or whatever. And I know it sounds kind of random that I'm highlighting the Container Store, but they're a really amazing company. And what Kip has been able to do with that organization, not only through his leadership, but through his passion. There's a lot of passion behind the company, actually. Not passion for containers. I'm sure they're passionate about containers too, but their whole goal is to help people organize their lives and their homes, and to help change their lives by cleaning out, all of the stuff that they've been hanging on to, and get them organized and functional. And there's tons of passion behind that. And what he said in the magazine that I just recently read from this month's issue was that businesses are so big and powerful that when businesses are mindful of their wake and take care of everyone, the world becomes a better place. And I think it's really important that we be that mindful business, the one that touches lives and makes a difference wherever we go. And I know you guys can agree with that businesses really do have that power in our world. Look at some of the horrible, organizations and companies that are just destroying our earth and doing really, unethical things out there. And I'm not going to name them, but I'm sure when I just described that, a company came into your mind and you knew someone that you could put put into that category as a company. And, they really aren't doing it mindfully, and they don't care about anyone's well-being except possibly, their own. And it's obvious, it's evident, and we're wising up to that stance. But also think of the companies that are so amazing and have like these amazing missions, like Tom Shoes, right? And every pair is purchased, a pair is donated. I mean, when you look at companies that are really using the business to just really be a vehicle, to, push something much larger than the company itself. I want Radiantly You, and for me, Radiantly You is that. And I believe that we can be that mindful business and touch lives and make differences, across the country and eventually across the world as we expand into other countries. So, it's just really amazing. And I kind of wanted to leave you with that because it's something that's been really inspiring me lately, to start to look at every single piece of communication that the company, corporate Radiantly You, has with each and every person and interaction. And even if it's a Facebook post or something, that the message is loud and clear why we're here and what we're doing and what we want to offer to the world. So I hope that you can take some of this information tonight and blend it over into your own business, because I know many of you can, and some of you have extremely passionate whys for why you're even here and what you're doing with Radiantly You and what this financial opportunity means for you. And I think that's something that you should not only continue to, grow and develop and to find a way to be a voice for, but also just the mission of the company, which will attract so many other like-minded people into your businesses. So have a fabulous night. I'm excited to see you all next week. How awesome that we're done before 9:30. I thought I'd definitely go over, so that's good. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm so honored to be able to share the evening with you, and I hope that you found some great value in tonight's call. So everyone have a fabulous evening. I will talk to you all soon. The recording will be available hopefully in the next day or two for all of your team members, and we'll see you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.